Hello and welcome to Celebrant Training Scotland. I'm Lindy Irving, I'm the lead tutor here at CTS, and I'm assuming that if you've landed in this part of the website, you're perhaps considering becoming a couples and family celebrant. And so I wanted to tell you just a bit of what you can expect if you come on our training course. But firstly, I'll tell you what the course is not, because I get so many emails and phone calls from people saying, will this course allow me to conduct legal marriages in Scotland? And the short answer to that is no. This is not a course that will teach you how to be a marriage or wedding celebrant, and it won't give you the authorisation to conduct legal marriages in Scotland. In fact, there is no, intensive short course that will allow you to do that. In order to be able to solemnise a marriage in Scotland, you have to be a member of a religious or belief group and to be acting on their behalf. So as many of you will know, I'm also an interfaith minister, and because of my faith, because of my ministry, I am able to apply for authorisation to conduct legal marriages in Scotland, but I'm not authorised to offer training for students to do the same. If that was something that was of interest to you, the Interfaith Foundation, you could go and look them up online, or if you have humanist beliefs, you perhaps would go to the Humanist Society of Scotland so that you could find out how to become a humanist celebrant. But ceremonies are not just about weddings. In fact, they are about so much more than just weddings, and that's why I wanted to put together and offer this training. And so in this course, we'll look at all different types of ceremonies, including the different couple ceremonies such as blessings, vow renewals, commitment ceremonies, betrothals, hand fastings, but also the family type ceremonies, so baby namings, baby blessings, baby welcomes, adoption ceremonies, blended family ceremonies. And then we've got things like house blessings and divorce ceremonies, healing ceremonies, cutting the soul ties ceremonies, coming of age ceremonies. There are so many different types of ceremonies and so many opportunities to offer to hold ceremonies for people in our communities, in our families, in our lives, because ceremonies are of course an excellent way of celebrating a milestone in your life, but also for helping people to move on a step in a new direction. And so this is an intensive 5-day course that's aimed at laying the foundations for you to go out and start your couples and family celebrant business. But the truth is, we can't possibly teach you everything you need to know about being a celebrant in just 5 days. Much of it you'll learn as you go along, but we certainly have a good bash at it. I think if you look at our testimonials, and if you were to speak to any of our previous students, and if you would like to do that, just get in touch and I'll put you in touch with one or two. But it's a very full course. And the way it's structured is that we have 4 days of learning and practice, but then the last day is given over to a full day of practice and of delivering a full 20-minute ceremony of your choosing. As we go through the week, you will put together different parts of a ceremony, and then in the last day you will deliver that ceremony in front of the whole group. And sometimes we have a visitor from the celebrant industry or another tutor there so that they can give you feedback. Students are expected to participate in every single part of the course, and you will be given written and verbal feedback from your tutors. And most, if not all, of our previous students have said the same thing about the learning, and that's that it wasn't what was on the slides that they learned the most from, or that they gained the most from, but it was the sharing of knowledge and experience and stories, things that just come up in the moment when we were talking around some of the things in the slides. So as I say, it is a very full and informative course. All students who attend the course must also attend a 1-day public speaking boot camp, and this is because we don't have time on the course to develop your public speaking skills. And you cannot use somebody's ceremony as your training ground to get over your nerves of being a public speaker. I mean, obviously, as you go through your career, you're honing these skills and you're growing these skills and developing them, but somebody's ceremony is not the place to start. This is something that you need to start working on before you even come into the classroom. And so I promise you, you will feel the benefit of coming along in the public speaking bootcamp. And while coming on the course doesn't guarantee you future work as a celebrant, that's down to you, it will provide you with everything you need, all the tools and the techniques that you'll need to become a successful couples and family celebrant. So, if you're thinking of taking the training, why not have a look at the upcoming courses? And if you would like any further information, or indeed if you would like to come along and observe one of our ceremonies, one of my ceremonies, to see if I practice what I preach, I promise you I do, then please drop me a line at hello@celebranttrainingscotland.co.uk, or just pick up the phone and let's have a chat. And you can find the number on the website. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and we hope we get to see you in the classroom real soon. Okay, bye.